Fresh off the presses, double upload day. Washington has added another wide receiver to the wide receiver room. We add veteran wide receiver Noah Brown, formerly of the Houston Texans and Dallas Cowboys, and used to be an Ohio State receiver in college. 6'2", 215-pound receiver, 550 yards plus the last 2 years. He's accumulated over 1,500 yards in his career so far, 5 touchdowns and over 115 catches. This is a veteran receiver. So to everybody who had a panic attack and was traumatized by the fact that we did not take advantage of the second in waiver wire order earlier in the day, after making a trade of John Ridgeway, we opened up a roster spot here in DC. That roster spot is now being filled, according to Jeremy Fowler of ESPN, by Noah Brown, most recently of the Houston Texans, who are facing a little bit of a log jam at the wide receiver position over there. Stephon Diggs, Tank Dell, Nico Collins, John Mechie. There was no more room left for a guy who was actually productive for the team last year, a guy who put up Jahan Dotson type production the last 2 years. Maybe not necessarily in a touchdown sense, but yardage wise, very Jahan Dotson. If you look at the production, this is a guy, if we need him to start, he can, and he's as productive, more productive than De'Ami Brown, Olamide Zaccheaus, and the rest of the young wide receiver room Washington has there. This is a good pickup for Washington. Is he a world beater? Are we expecting him to come in and be Terry McLaurin Jr.? Absolutely fucking not. That's not what this is. And this is more than a depth signing. This is a guy that's going to get out on the field. This is a guy that's played plenty of football, and this is a guy who is going to be a part of the offense. Like, he's going to get targets next week in week 1. This is a KG veteran. We've seen him in Dallas. We've seen him in Houston. This is a guy that's going to get on the football field. Is it something fans should be excited about? Excited is probably a little bit too aggressive of a term, but it's an addition. It's an addition we needed, because I'm looking at Washington's wide receiver room right now. Terry McLaurin, Olamide Zaccheaus, De'Ami Brown, Luke McCaffrey, Byron Pringle, Jamison Crowder. That room definitely needed a little something else. It needed some more size. It needed some more veteran leadership. Noah Brown comes and adds some size to that room. 6'2", sure-handed, 215 pounds, and has produced in his career before. What more can we ask for? We let him clear waivers. No one claimed him, and Washington gets to sign him outright. Is it the last move Washington's going to make before the season starts? Who knows? Could be, could not be. We opened up our first practice in preparation for install for week 1 today, this afternoon. We got some number updates this afternoon. Marcus Mariota, who was wearing number 0 and was supposed to be the first quarterback in NFL history to don that number, ends up taking number 18 and giving it to Mikey Sainristil. Mikey Sainristil, our baller inside cornerback rookie that we drafted out of Michigan, a guy we have high hopes and high expectations for. Mariota says that number meant a lot more to him than it meant to me, so I gave him the number. He said his lucky number is 8, and B-Rob wears that, and B-Rob has been through a lot, so he's not even going to ask him for that number. Very mature, very mindful. What they say, demure. Very mindful, very self-aware of Marcus Mariota for passing that number to Frozone. Mikey Sainristil and that number 0, it looks so cold. I'm going to pull it up on screen right now because that shit is beautiful. Go ahead and copy one of those. That shit is gorgeous. But Sainristil's rocking 0. Marcus Mariota switches to number 18. I would like to see what the final numbers are going to be, because we got to get Tyler Owens out of that nasty number 40. Put him in number 36 and make him look like the second coming of Sean. Put him in 26. Put him in 23. Get him out of number 40. That number has no drip to it. That's not going to do it for the boy. But back to this wide receiver edition. Welcome to DMV, Noah Brown, a guy who knows what the NFC East is like as a former Dallas Cowboy. Not worried about him bringing intel from another team. I think that's one of the most overrated aspects, and it's more fan fiction and lore that players are going to go over and tell you what the other team is doing. In the NFL, you watch so much tape, you crunch so much film that you already know what teams are doing anyway. Don't mean you can stop it. You can know exactly what the game plan of the other team is. You still got to stop it on Sunday. Noah Brown's going to play, guys. He is an active roster, not a practice squad guy. They chose to go sign and outsource a receiver rather than elevate someone from the practice squad, which will tell you everything you need to know. Noah Brown's going to play a lot for this team this year. As long as health permits it to, he's going to be on that field a lot. He's going to be an outside boundary guy with versatility. He can play on the outside as well. But I'm looking forward to see how he fits in this offensive scheme here in DC. In a crowded Houston Texans wide receiver room last year, he still gave him 33 catches for 587 yards last year. 17 yards a catch, 2 touchdowns. The year before, he had 43 catches for 555 yards, 13 yards a catch, and 3 touchdowns for the Dallas Cowboys. First 2 years of his career, he didn't really touch the field as much, a little bit more through the third and fourth year, but years 5 and 6, he's been a productive wide receiver 3/wide receiver 4 in the NFL for Houston and Dallas. Washington adds that to the room. I'm excited to see some movement. I'm excited that we made a move. We understood that something had to be done. Something had to be done. We're going to get a good look at him. I think he's going to be a part of the plan on offense here. Let's get it. Welcome to the DMV, Noah Brown. John Ridgeway trade earlier in the day. We signed Noah Brown. I don't know the contract details yet. I'm scrolling for it. I'm trying to see. So De'Ami Brown is starting on the outside opposite Terry. And Olamide Zaccheaus is starting in the slot. So I imagine this is wide receiver 4 or wide receiver 3 on the boundary. This guy's going to get a lot of run here. Byron Pringle and Crowder's main objective here is to return punts and to return kicks, but they will get in the mix as well. I keep pointing out that we're running an air raid style offense in theory, and there's a lot of 4-5 wide receiver sets. I imagine Noah Brown is going to be that third receiver out there on the outside, or that fourth receiver in a 4-receiver set for the majority of the packages we see in Cliff Kingsbury's offense. Washington, y'all, we are less than 2 weeks away from the opener against Tampa Bay. I just see NFL YouTube. They just put out their first preview of the season. Everybody except one picked Washington to lose the game, which is to be expected. And it's fair. It's fair. We're playing against a playoff team to open up the season. Shout out to my guy, Eric Edhelm, for being the only one to hold it down and pick Washington. But we're a mystery. We are an enigma in 2024, and nobody should be giving us respect that we haven't went out and earned it yet. Do not forget, as excited as you are about all the new, getting Snyder out of here, new ownership, new front office, new coaching staff, and brand new spanking quarterback, this is year 1 of a rebuild. They could call it a recalibration all they want to. This is a rebuild, and we're turning over one of the worst rosters in the NFL. So don't be surprised if there's some growing pains this year, y'all. What did Josh Harris do in Philadelphia? Trust the process. I'm not saying I want that here for us, but this is year 1, and we should not be going in with non-realistic expectations. I'm excited to see what we've got. Washington at Tampa, week 1. We've added a wide receiver to the room. Fans begged for it. They listened. They went out. They waded through waiver claims and let him sign outright with the team to the active roster. Welcome to the DMV, Noah Brown. Until next time, Commander Rio, out.
Michael Vick here at BetUS.com. Get it all. Huge bonuses, great odds, a race book, live in-game betting, and a casino. BetUS, my online sports book and casino.